Linux Mint on VirtualBox. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is install VirtualBox. You can just go over there. If you're using Windows, hit Windows host. If it's Mac OS, hit Mac OS. If it's Linux, you just use your package manager and your software repository. So if it's Windows, you do that. Okay. So I already installed it, so the next thing we're going to want to do is install Linux Mint. We're going to want to download it first. I like Cinnamon. It's a nice desktop environment. It's very pretty. So you can choose any of these and it will just download it for you. So once you have that all done, you're going to want to open up VirtualBox and click New. I'm just going to name this Linux Mint. I'm going to click on the ISO file, which is the Linux Mint Cinnamon. It already detects that it's 64-bit. Hit Next. I'm just going to make VBox the password because I'm not going to be using this all that much. I'm going to change the host name so that so there's no spaces in it. You hit Next. I'm going to give this 3 CPUs and 2 gigabytes. You don't need that much for Linux. Hit Next. Create virtual hard disk. I'm just gonna give it 60 gigabytes just because. Why not? And then you hit Finish. And then you hit Settings, Storage. So I'm gonna hit it's a live CD. I'm just gonna hit that, put that in there, hit OK, and then I think okay, I don't know why it decided to start, but I'm gonna start it now. Start. It's powering up. And there we go. I There we go, starting that up. I don't know why it's so small, but it's small. There seems to be a problem with it. Power down the machine. Okay, that's a little weird. Let's look into the settings. Advanced. Storage. What if I just... Remove disk. Maybe that's the issue. We're all in this together, you know? Last time I did it, it worked, but you know what? Not everything happens the way it normally does. Okay. I'm just gonna have that mountain retry boot. I did not hit live CD last time, so maybe that's the issue? It's doing a little spin. There it is. I guess I just didn't wait long enough because you know what? That happens. Oh, now it's bigger. Got that little notification. Perfect. So usually if you're installing this on a normal PC, when you boot it up, when you turn it on, you're going to have to find your boot key on your keyboard. Well, for your specific computer. It's different for every computer, and you just kind of have to look it up and find it, because I have one computer's F10, one's F12, one's Escape, so it's kind of difficult to tell. So, but if it's just in VirtualBox, it's just going to do it anyway. So, now that we are here at, you know, in the live CD, you can go into the desktop environment. There's a little software manager, so it has basically anything you could want. It may not have, like, a bunch of proprietary software. It's mostly free and open source software, so they currently don't have Microsoft Word, but there are other Office suites. They have a video editor, Kdenlive. OBS is on there because OBS is free and open source, which is really cool. So yeah, there's a bunch of different stuff. Yeah, there's Steam, because Valve's been working really hard to make Steam compatible with Linux. I mean, they last year released the Steam Deck, which runs a version of Arch Linux. So yeah, you've got Wine, which is kind of a compatibility layer for Windows. It's not an emulator. I don't know the specifics of Wine because I'm not very good at, you know, I'm not a developer, but I know because the acronym is Wine is not an emulator. So, after just looking through there, if you want to install it, you just click on Install Linux Mint. Just a little CD there. You pick your language. And also, since this is a virtual machine and I didn't give it much RAM, it's going to be a little bit slower than normal. Continue. You pick your keyboard. To install the multimedia codecs because it's good, you know, to have more support. Yeah, also, when you're using Linux, I mean, it's free and open source software, and that means, I mean, it's not just free as in money, it is free as in like freedom. You have a lot more control over your operating system versus a lot of other operating systems like Mac OS or Windows. They're a lot more locked down. This you can do almost anything to. Okay, so since this is just a virtual disk, I'm just going to hit erase disk and install Linux Mint. Just hit install now. Yep, that just... Huh. Oh yeah, that's... That actually... That's a SCSI on it, which is like an old, I guess, format for old hard drives, which, you know, like SATA or IDE. But I know that USB uses the same like commands as SCSI, so it says SCSI there. And it's also really fun to say. It's really fun to say SCSI, so yeah, that's just a little bit of extra information. So it will just install, do its thing. It could take a little bit. Oh yeah, you gotta put your region. I'm just gonna name this Linux Mint. I'm just gonna, again, make this VBox because I'm not going to be using this for really anything else. So, gonna hit continue. And there it goes. And it will just continue to install. It'll take a few minutes, but it won't take that long. Definitely faster than a Windows install. Yeah, so, and then once you are done installing Linux Mint, all you have to do is restart your computer. You'll just like hit restart, and then if you're using VirtualBox, you'll just have to take off, you'll just have to remove the live disk. Let me see. Yeah, the settings. So you'll just have to take this off, and then once you reboot, you will be in the desktop environment, and you can install as many apps as you want, and you don't have to go onto a website and then download it. It's just in the software repository. Actually, that's where Apple got the idea for the App Store, because software repositories have been in Linux since the late 90s, which is pretty cool. And yeah, this is gonna take a little bit, so that's about it for this live stream. If you like it, you know, I hope you hit like, you know. I hope you liked this. I hope this was informational as well and entertaining. So I will see you guys later.